Hey, how's it going?
You're doing great. Yeah, yeah. How you been?
That's awesome. For the past few days, just got back from a nice vacation. That's for you?
Oh, I just been kind of chilling, not really doing much besides some streams here and there.
Oh yeah, you've been doing a lot more Minecraft streams lately.
Yep.
Was it
Holy.
like hardcore or
Yeah, it was hardcore. It was modded hardcore.
how far did you
Uh,
get?
well, you see, I died like 3 times, so but I'm on my 4th world, and I've been surviving ever since then. But
Jesus.
I've been kind of lacking on the streams a little bit. Kind of lost some motivation to stream. Like yesterday, I was really not feeling it today, so I was like, oh man, really not proud of that day. But it is what it is, because I'm heading to California tomorrow, and I'll be coming back for my vacation on like the 27th or the 28th.
Oh, good on you. It's good to have
Yeah.
breaks. Gives you the
Yeah.
space.
It really does.
I guess in consideration towards me in terms of streaming, I don't do that as often as I should.
Yeah. Yeah, and you haven't been like putting out content, because I know you mainly focus on editing and stuff.
Absolutely.
Source one of my videos, source your videos, source like every other videos.
I think that's like the beauty of like editing, because you're on your own terms in terms of like uploading
Right.
and making things happen, and I think that's like one of the most frustrating thing as well. I think so many people kind of underestimate that the amount of people that edits
The work.
and
Yeah.
upload, it's just a whole
It's
ball of wax.
taxing. It's taxing. Like I do edit sometimes, but it's more like a freelance edit. I just like, if I feel like editing, I'll do it, and I'll probably like put it out on Twitter or YouTube. I still need to finish this like very big edit that I did with Zaz, that him and I did a recording. I did a Yu-Gi-Oh recording. And like, it's so good. Like the editing I'm doing, it's so good, right? But like, I think I overdid myself because I've been doing it every single day. Where I was like, okay, I need to step back. I feel like I'm burning myself out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Burnout is a real thing for most people that are independent, not really relying on a team. Because I figure like so much of my stuff is independent work, and
Yeah,
most of the time, whenever you do like anything by yourself, you're kind of compelled to like, oh yeah, I could easily do this in a day or a week, maybe even
Yeah.
a month, and then you
I
kind
like
of
push
get like
myself.
that. Yeah. See, it's that
You
kind of mentality.
like push yourself to like finish it towards the end, but I actually don't like that kind of mindset, because I'm not saying it's like a bad thing. It's more like the reason why I don't like it is because like I'm forcing myself to finish. I'm not forcing to like take time to appreciate the work and like revise it to make sure everything's like all like clean,
Oh yeah. And, you know, I'm kind of a stigma of that. Especially like the stigma of just like constantly editing one video at a time instead of multiple, or just
Mhm.
like gaining that motivation. Like, I think so many people kind of confuse that, that motivation for content creators are easy, relatively speaking, easy on
Mhm.
paper. But then in reality, it's like you said, like you kind of slack off a bit. Sometimes people just don't really want to do it because they're feeling terrible.
Yeah.
And I think that's like what leads most people to say like, oh yeah, content creators have it easy. And I think that's like so
That's
terribly wrong.
See, the thing about being a content creator, whether you put out videos or like you live stream, is the thing people need to know is consistency. And consistency is key.
I
Like,
feel you on that one.
you can have big numbers for one day, right? But if you don't have big numbers on the second day, the same, like usually like average around the same amount you do on the next day, then like something's off, something's wrong, you know? And it's kind of like an expectation type of thing, maybe.
You're right on that one. I mean, a lot of the times when you're trying to announce to the world, basically announcing to the world that, oh yeah, I can, you know, edit videos, or I'm a content creator, like you said. Like there's that stigma of just like trying to be constantly on deck, no matter where you are, when it is, just
or like which platform you like stream on.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know how Twitch streamers do it, because they have to do it every single day practically, and just like maintain it.
There was one advice that I got when I told him like the same problem that I was having like yesterday, where I was like I wasn't really feeling like motivated, is that you kind of have to have like a schedule type of thing. So like some people will stream every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which I'm starting to think I should do like a more schedule base, but I don't want to like have to think about that I have to do it, you know. I don't want to like have streaming being a requirement in my life. I don't want it to feel like a chore. I want it like to have fun with it.
And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, having it as a hobby.
Right.
There's like nothing wrong with it having it. I feel like that's where people kind of mistaken like any content creator out there in the world, like even like on TikTok, Instagram.
Yep.
So many people just think like, I gotta make money out of this somehow.
No, you don't.
You really don't have to. I think that's the biggest mistake most people think about when they first arrive on the scene. It's like, I gotta do this. I gotta do A, B, C, D, all the way through the whole alphabet. But then people kind of forget that it can be a hobby. It can be a hobby. You can have your own job and still have it as a hobby.
Yeah. And like, the reason why I started streaming wasn't because of like I wanted the fame or the money and all that shit. Yeah, that's in the back of my mind, but the real reason is I just want to like meet new friends, you know? Like I want to like bond with other people who's also doing this stuff in life.
Yes, networking is a real thing. I'm not gonna lie, you know, because that's how I met you, you know, like through other content creators and other mutual friends we have. Like there's a lot that can go on in so many people's like community hubs that you can easily meet like fantastic people. They're talented, they're creative, they're competitive.
Oh yeah,
it's just
definitely,
so many
definitely competitive.
Yeah, definitely competitive in that. In regards to like so many people that want to have like the best of the best, and I think that's probably the reason why most people think like content creators are
laid
have it
back
easy.
or
It's very
have it
laid
easy.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's never the case.
Like, how do you feel about it? I think that's like a good question to ask. Like,
what,
the
like
competition between most content creators nowadays.
Oh, like we're talking about competition, like between like based on like numbers and such.
It can be numbers. It could be fame. It can be money figures.
I try not to have the competition get to me. Yeah, I do plug in saying my Twitch link, being like twitch.tv/, but like, yeah, actually, I'm a bit competitive, but like, I don't take it personally, you know? You can't win everything.
And do you feel like that's like the thing that holds you back, or is it just something to reflect on?
Something to reflect on. I wouldn't say the competition's holding me back. It's more motivating me, you know? I think a really good example. Have you heard of Tommy Innit?
I have not.
Do you know how old is he?
I do not.
16 years old. Do you know how many followers he have on Twitch?
I do not.
Millions. And he's 16 years old, and he deserves every single hype of it because he he worked hard on it, you know? And I think it's all based on like on hard work, you know? Like how much you like put in the time and put in the love and what you want to do, type of such. And like you're passionate on editing, or well, you prefer like mostly to do edits, right?
Yes, that is my preferred
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, and like over the course of time, you actually improved. All right. Since the very beginning, you have this stupid watermark in the middle of the video. What was that? What was the watermark? I forgot
I think
what
it
brand
was like
you were.
Wondershare Filmora.
It was Wondershare. It was definitely Wondershare. And like, oh man, I still remember in the beginning how you used to do, like what was your style of editing? Minus the watermark in the front, you have like little subtitles like peeking like based on like where our name tag is. Now it's like you just color code it and be like in the middle, which I really like. And you put in more animations onto the text, like present now source, one of my videos. And I'm actually impressed. Like I like to do editing, you know, as more of a hobby rather than I like editing. Like when I saw that one scene on one of my videos where I was basically repeating the same number and there was like so many things edited, I was like, how the fuck does he do that? How does he do that?
Oh, it's like really easy. It's just getting the timing right, because depending on the frames that I normally do at 60 frames regardless of what it is, because I like smoothness. I never like having like so many numbers that just like look like they're just trying to appear. And it just creases me every single time that I notice like little mistakes that I've made, because I made a mistake in the number one where I let's just say like I tried to make it go sideways, but instead it went up, and it worked out in the end, but I didn't notice it in the end product because I was just so concerned like I gotta get the timing right for every time he says this specific number.
Right, yeah.
And editing frame by frame sucks. It really does suck.
It really fucking does, dude. Like, because when you're doing something that you're passionate about, you're very concerned on like the minor details that you yourself would probably notice, but not the audience itself. And I'm doing this from experience because like I used to like play in a fucking marching band, and like I'm playing like jazz bands here and there. Like I'm always like trying to be fine to the very detail, and I get like very I always self-criticize about myself when I make like a small little mistakes that probably none of the audience would probably know, but I know as well. I was like, oh fuck, man.
What do I do? I can't go back. I already did.
And then the audience be like, "Oh, you did good." It's like, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through.
Oh gosh, I can't tell you the amount of times I made a mistake, because I make spelling mistakes, and that gets to me even more. I made spelling mistakes.
I make color coding mistakes, right? So one of my Minecraft videos I managed to edit out, right? I should have like revised it just to make sure everything was like basically like all right, you know, generally all right. And there's like one segment that I forgot to change the color coding, so like when the color was this, it's not the person that was talking with the same color. I was like, oh fuck, man.
Oh gosh, I did that so many times in the past. I honestly hate it.
Yeah.
I did it so many times, and let me tell you, like when you mess up that one color, it kind of exists further down the line because you memorize that one color.
You're right. Like, I remember one time when I like, cause I saw it right, and this was during like when I finished exporting it, and there's always this huge choice, like should I just fix it and do export that same amount of minutes, because you know when you like export an edited video, it usually takes like 30 minutes or an hour based on how much you work in it.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm just like thinking, it's like, is it worth the 30 minutes of just correcting that small little thing, or just leave it there?
Yeah. I honestly understand like that frustration, as well as just like the end product. It's like I have to go back and edit this one thing out. I've done that many times. I've done that many times. You don't know how the amount of times I uploaded a video twice, maybe 3 times. I did that so many times. I cut clips out. I did a bunch of like spelling corrections, maybe even color coding, and oh my god, it's so infuriating when you can't even just like do one simple task, and it's gone through like a complicated process when it should have been like X or Y. And sometimes even Z. And it's just like, what's the point of me going through all this work? And I think my perfect answer to this is just me being very stubborn and like, okay, I gotta do something. I can't. There's no way.
I couldn't go back just to fix that one minor mistake. It's like, you know what? It's fucking there, all right. It's not like it's not like it affected the rest of the video. It's just that one little piece, all right. And I just hope nobody notices it. No one else notices it besides me, because I'm the one that edited it. You know.
I think that goes a lot for like how content creators like perceive themselves. You know, like we all want to be striving to be perfect,
100% perfect,
100%.
Right.
Because we know what happens. We know exactly how it's supposed to be. Frame by frame, we all know exactly what we're supposed to put on the screen. And you don't have to notice it even. You can just like glance at it, maybe even deeply look at it if you're really trying. But most of the time, most people do not spend the extra effort. And I think that's like the cruel thing about being a content creator, because of the amount of work you have to do for one simple scene that may or may not be like less than 10 seconds, maybe not even.
It could have been like a millisecond, and you probably notice it because the one you like created, because like you're the one that created it, you know. Oh man, I love editing, but it's not like I would edit for other people, you know.
I've done that.
I'm surprised you like edit for other people, you know.
It's a good experience. I mean,
it really,
I think so many people just like kind of downplay like you don't get paid a lot, and I did things for free, you know. I freelance all my stuff.
Yeah, I feel bad like when I let you edit one of my videos. Yeah, I know like you're always in my chat saying that I can edit your videos. Like I don't want to. I feel bad. I don't want to feel like I'm abusing our friendship just so you can edit my videos. That's not who you are. You're my best friend. Fuck you. Don't take it too seriously. Fuck you.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm an editor by trade, so it's kind of like in my description to just edit videos, and I did. I edited your videos several times before. I also did it for our mutual friends as well. And I also did for other people that even I don't know very personally, but I still do it for them. And I think that's like a learning experience that everyone should at least consider if you want to be better. Actually edit for other people. You don't have to keep on editing for yourself. Actually try to elaborate or even just like enunciate some points like, okay, maybe I should widen my horizon. Maybe I should do A or B, or even in my case, like in my extreme case, I'm like, how about I go all out with this one particular person and see what happens? And it worked out.
Was it for my? Because I didn't really give you any specific set of instructions on how to edit my video.
Oh no, you didn't. You just said like,
just
do your style. Just like, go 100% even, like I don't care, just like do it. And I did. I was like, I could do this or that, and I looked up like specific fonts. I looked up like no joke, all I do in my editing process, if I have to edit someone else, I watch the whole entire thing,
the whole entire VOD
in one sitting. I watched the whole entire thing from start to finish, and then I have like a notepad right next to me, and then I start writing down like possible ideas, like what do I see here? Like, do I see a lot more like comedic value? Do I see a lot more of a player value? Do I see a lot more in dramatic? That type of thing really sticks with me. So I'm like, okay, what can I see immediately from the start? No joke. Here's my process of like making any video. If I'm to see a VOD, watch it start to finish. Dedicate one whole day even to just watching the whole thing and then replaying it again. I know it sounds like a little insane, but that's just what I do. I keep on rewatching it.
Yeah, I just probably because it's my process, mostly because it's 100% like all my videos that I'm editing, is that because like I know I just like go straight into editing. I don't want to watch the whole thing. I just do like I just like put this here, probably do a bit of editing, and then maybe I'll like scroll ahead and be like, I think this is the part where I do this. Okay, I don't think I need this part. Remove it, throw that in trash, scoot the clip into place, and then rinse and repeat. You know.
I think that's how I did my first. I think in my first few takes, that's what I literally did. I just did not dedicate a lot of time. I think I really relied more on the audio aspect rather than the visual aspect.
Right. I think that was like your
one of my very first videos.
Yeah, one of your very first videos. Yeah, and Baka. Oh, Baka. I have not heard that name for a little.
Amazing.
Even though the watermark was, I really like that video.
Yeah, it was like a time capsule that I always like go back to.
Right, that was like a really good stepping stone to like. I think that was kind of that sealed the deal for you to like start editing and shit.
I love it immediately.
Editors are so underrated.
I agree.
Yeah, like most videos. When they have that like certain style of like editing, your brain like thinks, oh, obviously the content creator made it. No, it was actually like people behind the scenes, you know. I think like because I always want to like, I'm very curious on behind the scenes, no matter like if it's for like a Hollywood movie or like just some YouTube videos, right? And one of like the very good behind the scenes channel is Corridor Crew. Have you heard of Corridor Digital?
Yeah, I have. I'm a fan of their
Corridor Crew is like their behind the scenes and stuff, and you're just like, whoa, that's how they make it. Obviously I don't have like the mindset of like a CGI CGI maker. I don't have the time, but this is like so interesting, you know?
Oh gosh, I mean, in terms of the editors, you know, just like being underrated, they really are. Corridor Digital is like one of the first few examples I feel like they really put editors on the map.
Sure. Right. And
like,
they
that recognition.
And we obviously like don't have the same skill sets as them, but like it's still there, you know? And what I really like about particularly the channel Corridor Crew is that they always do like these reaction videos with other stuntmen or other CGI artists, and they look in depth on how a certain scene does it. They're already like doing like animators react to anime or all that stuff, and it's really a cool process to listen to. I'm like, oh, that's how they do it. Oh, so they didn't actually fly, you know?
Oh my god. You know, as a kid, whenever you watch a movie, you believe everything is real.
You believe everything. It's like
you believe everything is real as a kid. I think that's like how I first started like getting into, even to this point, like making my own content. It's like making my own movie, literally.
Yeah.
Just like making my own movie online and just having it to post without any middleman. So I'm like, this is great. I can make home movies, technically speaking, and just sell it to the world and see what happens. And that's exactly my point of view. Like, I'm trying to do as much as I can of what I see as a kid.
Yeah.
And many of the times you see as a kid is like cartoons, maybe an action movie or two. Sometimes if you're the weird kid, you just watch horror movies just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
think
never like
that's like,
horror.
yeah. I figured you never really like horror because of your reactions during my the editing process of your video. And I think that's
Like it's
probably
not
a
no,
great
it's not
experience.
like horror. Like to me, it's not like one of those moments where I hate horror. Like I don't like it. It's like I just don't like being scared. All right.
Yeah, shout out to the scare counter.
Oh fuck the scare counter, man! Like, I uninstalled Alien Isolation because I want to play other games. You know. Luckily, I still have Dead Space 2, and I'm planning on streaming that in the future.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, and after that stream, I might give you the VOD so that way you can have some time in your hands to like practice some editing yourself. So I really like
sweet.
your work, dude.
Yeah. You do. Oh, God,
yeah.
That's very, very kind of you.
Fuck you. Don't rub it in. Never ever rub it in. I like how one of my tweets, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I made a Twitter post saying my list of swags, and I put you in the list of swags, and in parentheses, I immediately say, "Don't you rub it in? I swear to God." Oh, you're gonna be so like, oh, you couldn't have. Be like, fuck you. Just shut
you
up.
Shouldn't have.
Fuck you.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Anywho, let's talk about more about streaming now. We talk about about the general idea of content creating, and then like we reach the idea of the topic of editing. Let's talk about streaming. You know, you never stream it. Like you do, but like it's always. It feels like a debate between whether you want to stream on YouTube or versus Twitch. Because I've seen you on Twitch, and I remember initially when you first did that, I was like, "Oh, you're streaming on Twitch? Why not on YouTube anymore?" Because back then I also streamed on YouTube as well.
Oh gosh, to answer your question, I just want to test out the waters and actually see if I can make it that far. I feel like that's probably the reason why I even got onto Twitch in the first place. I never really tried to strike gold and just invest all my time into Twitch because
that's
it's a
fair.
whole different platform than YouTube. Because not many people really realize it, but Twitch is a lot more tougher to get recognized on than on YouTube. Because on YouTube, at least you'll be discovered. At least someone will look you up and actually
YouTube,
give it time.
Everyone will definitely like go to like the search bar and be like type something out, you know. If they type out Lofi, probably one of your content might pull up Lofi and Chill Talks, you know. Versus like everything like it's on YouTube. Everything will be on YouTube no matter what you search up for. Yeah, you can like find something weird and you'll somehow like find it somehow. Versus Twitch, it's more like audience / targeted based, you know. And like because the first thing you think of Twitch is either, oh, I want to watch Ray, oh, I want to watch Ninja, oh, I want to watch Dream, you know, I want to watch George Nalfa, I want to watch Tommy, and there's a slight target, you know, on like who to watch, and you have the mindset on who to watch. No one, and I don't mean this in a rude way because I'm also going to tell myself that it's like nobody's gonna like. The first instance is to be like, oh, I'm gonna watch Ninja, not, oh, I'm gonna watch Yin. Who the hell's that? Who the hell's McSwagger Big Muffin 69? I don't know these two idiots. I wanna watch Ninja!
Okay, I think that's like the reason why I kind of like wanted to test it out, because it's just like you said, the discover rate is like so much higher on YouTube than it is
versus
on
Twitch.
Because Twitch, it's like you have to have a following first off, and have some sort of like community to really engage. Because I find Twitch to be a little bit more different than YouTube in the aspect of how you interact with your community. Because on YouTube you can easily make a video, you can easily do a stream like this, or you can easily make a post. But on Twitch it's like you have to stream. There is no other way around it.
Yeah, and even if you do a just chatting stream, and just chatting is literally a category in streaming, you have to have like a decent following. You like people with maybe like an average of 50 or like 100, like they'll do like a just chatting stream, and like they'll like do like decently fine because chat is always involved, you know, versus you and me with probably like a stream average of like 4 or 5. I mean, like, what is there to talk about? I mean, like, it's chat's not interacting. You're kind of just sitting there awkwardly, so you kind of like have to stream something, stream a random game, you know?
That's the consensus behind it. I feel like that's
Yeah.
another different point in that is like you got a different mentality. Instead of focusing on actually making content, say like on YouTube, you can easily do that and no one will judge you. But on Twitch, it's like you're not
We'll judge you.
really here to make content in the aspect of like leaving it there for other people to watch. You're actually there in the moment, literally
To entertain.
to entertain to people and to actually give your time to them more than yourself.
To get your to get like those average views to like go up just a tiny bit, you have to get a bit of luck. Because like I didn't catch up with, because like I know like you stopped like streaming like a couple of months, and I like you, I don't know, you're probably still in like in the 80s following, but like I started like streaming on Twitch, and like somehow with a bit of luck on my side I managed to catch up. We're literally tied with followers on Twitch. And oh man, shout out to with Jordan, because like I was a bit lucky, not to mention I also took the opportunity to like what he did. So like here is like what happened, how like I finally got hooked into this whole like Twitch streaming, right? So I saw this post on Twitter, right? One of my like favorite content creators are doing this like practice. I was like, oh, I want to like join and stuff. So I decided to like put in the IP on Minecraft and like decide to like play along with this like game mode that this host is like doing. That's the opportunity part. The luck part came in when some random kid, his name is Rift115, and he was like, McSwagger! And everyone else started like, McSwagger! Oh my god, it's McSwagger! I'm like, who the fuck are you guys? Where did you guys come from, you know? I feel like if he hadn't say anything, I probably wouldn't have 80 followers. And
oh yeah, dude. Shout out to
and
you.
on yeah, no, and even and more on the luck side, apparently the guy hosting Dotwave Jordan or just Jordan, he's friends with Sky Does Minecraft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, what a step up.
Right. And he's such a good man. Like he's very professional in what he does. He brings light to smaller content creators rather than sticking with the big people in the big ups, right? In the big chairs. And I really appreciate like what he does, because he wants to give smaller content creators opportunity, you know. And then obviously luck will come in later.
Yeah, I think that's like the thing about opportunity and chance. That there's that divide on like so many people that says like, oh yeah, I had like this nice opportunity, or like I'm thankful for them giving me a chance. And to me, that's honestly one of the hardest thing to do to any content creator is like getting that opportunity, having
yeah, you know, it doesn't like come to you with a scroll and a little wax stamp and be like, hey, you're invited to the Smash event, blah blah blah. And like because of that like whole situation that went down, I met like other smaller content creators that was also trying to grind up to get at least like 100 in their followings, you know. And I even have this little motto on my Twitch and Twitter, and that is respect the grind and the grind will respect you, you know. And what that means to me is that if you put in the hard work and effort into the thing that you love, which is like streaming, you'll be paid back like probably tenfold.
Oh jeez, the grind is real. It is.
The grind is real. It's physically real.
It's extremely real to the point that people kind of disrespect or diss or kind of not fully understand the amount of works behind the scene. Because like you said, like most people that are content creators, they're putting their 110%, almost
Yeah.
every single day, to the point where it's like almost unhealthy.
Speaking of that, have you heard of Ludwig?
Ludwig, yes, I have heard about his monumentous subathon.
Subathon, right? And he did it for a goddamn month. We thought that was gonna end like probably in 2 or 3 weeks. He went all the way. And that's not even 110%, that was like 200%. I can never put that effort in. I'm planning on doing a like 24 hour or like maybe like a sleep stream, but that's like beyond my comfort level. I don't mind putting in 5 hours, but like a sleep stream where like people will watch me, like, he's sleeping. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I did that once, but it was on TikTok, and you know, TikTok's like whatever. You can just like scroll. You know, it's like Tinder. If you like him, swipe right. Don't like, scroll.
Do you feel like that's the type of thing that like makes you uncomfortable? That there are people out there that will watch you do strange things and they will still be entertained? Do you feel like that's that demographic you don't want to really have?
It doesn't make me uncomfortable to an extent. Cause like I do like the most weird shit, and I'm not really bothered. I'm not really embarrassed, cause like I'm an attention whore. I want the attention, but it's more when things get a little bit more personal. Let's say like some stranger decides to call me by my like first name. I was like, okay, who are you? You know, I had one incident in my chat. I was streaming, right, on my modded hardcore world. I was like, this person like went by and they said hi, and I was like, oh hey, welcome to the chat. Hope you like enjoy your stay. You know that. The next line after, I had to like kick him out of the chat, right? I kicked them out of the chat, and they're like, your voice is kind of sexy. I did not know this person. I don't know who they were or what they're coming from, but I was like, get out of here. I go weird, but I'm not that weird.
Your voice is kind of sexy. No, man.
Shut up. I mean, your voice is kind of sexy, but you don't hear me talking about it every now and then. Maybe off. Maybe off stream. Correction. Maybe off stream.
All right. I'm gonna just state the stigma right now to any content creator that happens to have a deep voice and that happens to have it. It doesn't get you a leg up. I'll be honest with you. You'll probably have better odds if you are a VTuber or someone else entirely, but just it just creases me every single time, because anytime there's a deep voice person, they literally
choke me like you hate me, but you love me.
No matter how many times I'm just like, you know, just chilling in like say a game chat or on another Discord server, it's just constant comparison to a certain person dubbed Corp's husband, and I hate being constantly compared to them because one, I do not.
You're not Corp's husband.
I'm not.
You know, funny thing, yeah. I'm glad you like say that, because like in Twitch, there's kind of like an unwritten like streamer's etiquette, you know. And one of like the streamer's etiquette is to don't come in chat and compare this one person to like another streamer, right? Because like it makes people like kind of less self-conscious. It's like, okay, well, whatever, I guess, you know. I'm not that person, you know. I don't have like a big following, and I guess we're already on this topic on like streamers etiquette now, because we both had like this incident where people were like, oh, you're this person, or your voice is kind of sexy. Like, we're still human, guys. If Yin were to like switch the scene to like our webcams, we're physically human. Like, we're our own people, you know.
And it's not like we're just asking for something, you know. We're not. We're not.
I mean, I am. No, I'm kidding.
But I also understand your argument was like, you know, it's just common courtesy to even it even applies to real life, where, oh yeah, you look like Tom Cruise. Like, I'm not Tom Cruise.
He's not
I'm just like a regular dude. Like,
yeah.
You don't need to constantly compare me to someone else who is clearly out of my league.
Yeah. It's kind of like a respect thing, because like there's other things right there. It'd be like, don't tell someone that you're about to be streaming, because like that's kind of like an unintentional way to get other people to like you're unintentionally stealing viewers from other people. You know, I accidentally did that a couple of times. I got indirectly called out. I was like, okay, I'll stop now. You know.
Follow me.
The only time I actually like do that is with my like close friends. I'll be like, oh, twitch.tv/Buffett.
Well, that's because, you know, there's certain barriers that people just don't realize that have been set up clearly, and that they should I wouldn't say just necessarily read in between the lines. Like, you do realize this isn't as serious as it is to the other person, and a lot of people just kind of see us content creators as like higher than the normal person, apparently.
I mean, content creation is becoming the norm as of right now.
Especially right now.
Yeah, like back then, remember when everyone's like, oh, your brain will turn to mush if you play video games, blah, blah, blah. Or you will be a homeless if you don't go to a job, or blah, 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 blah. And then now, you see like mostly like people who's just like trying to vibe, like streaming and such, you know. PewDiePie, he already has it all. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. I'm just saying, all right.
The man has been through like a full-on 10 years of YouTube.
He's been there since the very beginning of time. He was a primitive, then he became the most advanced YouTuber ever.
I have great respect for him, even though I don't actively watch his content. Like, he paved the road for all of us.
He really did. And we kind of just webbed out, you know?
Yeah. I think that's like the most concerning thing ever for content creators. They don't realize like how much work they actually paved the road for us to make it so easy.
Yeah, that's because like I remember Jacksepticeye. He had it like, he had this like whole thing about like, yo, don't ship me with other people, other real life people, you know? Because like he had a story where he was basically called homophobic. It was like, oh, you don't like this shit, you're homophobic. I'm like, bruh, he's a human being, you know? Like, unless that particular person says they're comfortable of being shipped with another person, just don't do it, you know?
I think that's like the kind of thing that's going on with VTubers now, like especially VTubers right now.
Yeah,
like
VTuber,
ever since like the big climb of 2020, it's like they're everywhere. And I think that's the reason why many people have like such harsh communities. I say harsh with no ill intentions, but they're really aggressive when it comes to.
There's always that one bad apple in the tree.
Yeah, the really aggressive ones that just like targets you specifically.
Right. I think a really good example is the Dream SMP community. They're like 90% is like it's so amazing, man. But then there's that little 10% that takes it too far. Actually, no, a better example. My Hero Academia community.
I have no experience with this, so go for it.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, like oh, hey, Kay. Anywho, what was I gonna say? Yeah, My Hero Academia community. Like, I love the anime. I really do. I love the anime. I really like the style. I really love the characters. But then there's like people who takes it too far and be like, oh, freaking main character is gay, even though he has a he has a visible crush on this other chick, you know? And like, again, like the imagination, it's like expansive, you know, and I don't mind, and I really don't mind. But when you're trying to force something to be canon, that's where I like draw the line. No, you can't force things to happen, you know, especially if the creator is like, yo, you know.
It's kind of predestined at that point, you know, because
right,
him being the creator is kind of like us, you know. Once we do something, it's to our own accord, not really to theirs. And I think that's where kind of people just misinterpreted for saying like, oh, he's being, you know, gatekeeping, or he's like never just allowing freedom in our chats. And I think that's like probably one of the worst aspects of anyone's community, because I feel people should really understand that gatekeeping on either side, there's boundaries regardless if there is some sort of rules or some sort of like general vibe even. Just don't be that one person that is the outlier that happens to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, like doesn't matter like what community I'm in. Doesn't matter if you're like streaming community, YouTube community, any other community, LGBTQ, any community out there. Just like don't speak for us. Let us speak for ourselves. All right.
Oh gosh, this kind of reminds me of like, I'm sure like many people will understand like the hostilities of communities, but I think like even like the platforms can be that aggressive. I feel like to the point where it's like almost a little discerning to people that want to start out, like you and I. Like even like YouTube is already aggressive on the whole copyright claims, because I have many copyright claims, even though I place the respective owners.
Yeah, didn't you like and even if you do the most music you play is more like the ones that like most YouTubers use for like non like copyright. Oh, what was that one artist that like has like these very catchy tunes?
Yeah. I use that, and sometimes I even get like copyright claims on that, and I'm like, I'm sure I'm 100% sure that I have all of this down without any problem. Fandoms, yes, I do believe so as well. Like, Kay brings up a good point. Like, fandoms can just be the same, like, aggressive tune. Just as much as, like, the platforms that they're on. Like, even, like, for example, we'll just use your argument. Like, My Hero Academia, fantastic platform. It's anime-based. It's made by colorful creators, and they made the whole story around characters, even. The community behind it is like the byproduct of what they can do that are on the divide a lot of times.
The community, any single community is literally a double-edged sword. All right. My Little Pony is like a really good example. I'm just saying.
And the reason why there's like so much aggression on these platforms, especially now without like copyright claims, even like on Twitch, like it's getting harder to get
EMCA.
It's getting harder to actually get music on, because I personally, if the game has good soundtracks, I'll allow it. It fully. But if it doesn't, and all of a sudden it's like quiet in between, it's like, why am I here?
Like. It makes perfect sense. I'm going back to my video just to make sure I don't have any copyright strikes. Okay, cool. I don't have any copyright strikes. Cool.
Dude, no joke, that's my biggest fear now. Like,
I have a playlist set up, and like, I like have a playlist set up, and like I did a bit of like trial by fire to make sure like, am I getting copyright? Is my stream getting muted? Okay, no. All right, they're gonna stay there for life, right? And I think because I'm starting to like jazz mostly, like as my background music, mostly because of Insane in the Real Music. He does like jazz covers for like video game soundtracks. I think one of his most noticeable works was Undertale, and like, oh man, he did. Let me look at my playlist. Because I used to do Lofi, but like, since it's always playing like on loop or like 24/7, it's just like it kind of stales out. I want like a variety. I want a variety of musics, you know, that doesn't get me DMCA'd or copyright strike and all that shit. Let me look here.
If you want examples of exaggerated fandoms, instantly Ruby. Oh god, I don't want to get to that. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later, but I eat copyright claims for breakfast, but thank god not a strike. You know what? I'm there with you. When you say exaggerated fandoms, the first thing that comes to mind for is Danganronpa. Oh yeah. There's a lot of those fandoms that I feel like really reflects, because if I were to like literally place YouTube is like in between My Hero Academia and Ruby.
Oh man,
it's literally
looking at my music. Okay, not gonna lie, there are like a couple of other music that I'm surprised it didn't mute my streams. One of which is one of the Black Clover openings, but it's remixed, so I guess that's cool. I guess I'm surprised I didn't get muted, or I'm surprised I didn't get a DMCA strike. So you know, if nothing bad's happening to my channel, that is perfectly fine. You know, I'm not gonna argue with it. Boom, it's gonna stay in the playlist.
God, it's like such a divided opinion because I can understand why they're being aggressive, because most of the time a lot of small streamers, like even you and I, like we kind of get that genuine freedom sometimes to use like free, almost free, I'll say this, almost free to the point where it's kind of scary, you know, where you're able to like use like soundtracks.
Something's off.
And it's like they don't pay attention because we're just so small and they don't expect us to really.
Well, then when you get a bit of
yeah, that's when it gets really teeter-tottering on the gray area.
Kind of like getting a bit noticed, you know. Oh, we're on YouTube. We're streaming on YouTube. Cool. You want the most stupidest word that you can get banned on Twitch? And I'm saying this on YouTube because we're on YouTube. The word that you can't say on Twitch is the word simp. You can't say it at all, or else your Twitch goes bye-bye. There's a content creator on Twitch named Minx, right? She said that, boom, her stream gone. Her Twitch kind of got banned for a small bit. Oh,
remember
it's
those
crazy.
Those aggressions, man, on the platforms itself. It's not even the people or creators. It's just the platforms are just so intense.
Right, and like YouTube's a bit more lenient. Just a tad bit.
Just a little bit, but even then, like making adult content, like you have to be more adult at sometimes, and then other times it's like you gotta tone it down a bit. It's like, where do you want me to be? I need to know that these guidelines first before actually upload, because I know like mine is not child friendly right off the bat. I'm not child friendly, but I will make child friendly content in the future if you so desire. But oh man, there's just so many like teeter-tottering things that you have to like and micromanage.
I'm usually like a mature rated content creator, or a bit of a PG-13, you know, if need be. If you want me to, that's like a good middle ground. PG-13, and then there's PG. Yeah, no.
I forgot forbidden words are a thing on Twitch. I've been cursing like left and right. You see, here's the thing: Twitch doesn't care about curse words as much as they should. YouTube does that. YouTube cares a lot about it, to the point where it's kind of like, how do I do this? How do I still, you know, be stable in a?
And then there are some moments, or there's platforms out there that needs this kind of like rule sets and act on those rule sets. One very good example is TikTok. And like, here's the thing, and this is gonna sound shit, but it happens on TikTok. I can take your videos, right, Ian, and post in on my TikTok and not claim anything at all, and it'll still stay up there for the whole time. Have you? And same for other content out there. There could be like some like really good animation made by this probably amazing artist, but then some asshole's gonna like take it and then like put it on their account and not credit it. I'm like, what the fuck? They're like a rare few that will credit, which I'm very blessed. You know, I'll be like, oh cool, yeah, I know this. But there are times where I know this is their work, and then when I look to find the credits, it's not there. I'm like, bro, are you for real? And what sucks is that TikTok doesn't have like a hammer that like smack it on people, and if they do smack it on people, it's to the wrong person. TikTok's rules are broken, man.
I think that's like probably one of the reasons why they get so aggressive, because crediting someone, even to this day, like you learn it through school, I feel like, where crediting is like so important to the point where it's like you gotta know where your origins are, you gotta know what your sources are, you gotta know if it's reliable or not. And I think that's like probably one of the worst things to do as a content creator is not crediting.
Yeah, that's like a big no-no. And that's kind of why like I stopped like posting things on my TikTok, even though I have like a 35K following on it. Is that like it? You get easily famous, and like you can do the most stupidest, cringiest shit, and you can somehow get attention. You know, you can do the most baddest, like bad, like really bad stuff, and somehow get attention and likes, and like what the fuck, dude?
Do you feel like that's the short attention span that TikTok? Because TikTok, I feel like
Probably it's like
a
Vine.
lot. Yeah, it's a lot like Vine, but more refined in a sense that there's a lot more leeway into it. Because on Vine, there was like certain copyright things that you can and cannot do. Because you know, Vine was becoming marketable back in the day, but now TikTok is literally
Do whatever,
and
like
happy to get.
I got TikTok since 2018, 2019. So like I obviously have a couple of years behind the account that I have, you know? And like it was so simple. Like, yeah, we make like a lot of cringe, but like it's not like it's so interesting, man. TikTok has like this weird fluctuations of just content dishing out, because back then, all right, I can tell you like the history of the contents in TikTok, right? When I first started TikTok, there was like a furry war going on between gamers and furries. All right, I shit you not, that actually happened, and that was the trend. Next thing you know, Boku no Hero. That was probably the next trends after that. All right, got a little bit of following base off of that, and now because of like all these trends that are just like happening, you know, more people are getting. You just walked away from the mic. What the fuck are you doing? He's back. Okay, cool. Anywho, no, I'm kidding. Let's see. There's like, yeah, furry war. There's like a fucking like anime, specifically Boku no Hero, and like the trend is so noticeable. It's not a blend. You have to be part of the trend train, you know. And ever since TikTok got a bit of traction, and everyone was like, oh, maybe TikTok is probably not a cringe, you know, cringe platform. It is. People like start joining in, like Markiplier, PewDiePie, and like any content creator they can probably think of, you know? And now it's just everyone's doing it, or mostly everyone, you know? And it's kind of hard to like get your name out there, given the fact that there's like other people. Oh, dude, like remember we were talking about like not like crediting and such.
Yes.
The trend nowadays on TikTok is posting clips from various TV shows, and they never put in the title of what the series was. It's more like an explanation of what's going on in the scene. That's cool that you're explaining to me what's going on in this clip, but what's the name of the show that you're telling me? You know, because like I'll look in the comment section. Oh, what's this show? There's a comment already there saying like, hey, what's the show or whatever, you know? And it's like, oh my god. TikTok went through a process. It went through like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It just went through a process.
But I also feel like on that platform specifically, there's a lot of pros and cons to them. I feel like that's probably one of the biggest takeaways that we're talking about now. Like Twitch, very straightforward. Not as easy, but very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
And little to no cons that can be, you know, concerning for you if you're starting.
Like the biggest trade-off is like no one's gonna look you up on a search bar and find you. You know, it's not like you type in a keyword and you pop up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to type in an exact name or like a reference to said name. You know, YouTube, right? You type in a keyword, you probably might pop up. Hell, I might pop up if someone like looks up like McMuffin or McDonald's or whatever, you know, because my name's literally McSwagger McMuffin 69.
But then like it's on TikTok, it's like I don't have experience.
Easy. Yeah. TikTok is just like you put something out, you might get like a couple of likes here and there, maybe not a lot, or you explode it, you know? But it's a very double-edged sword. But if you're starting a content creator on TikTok, I'm not going to argue against, you know, that's where I start off, you know? But consider branching off of TikTok.
Consider it. I think that's like why Instagram got so enraptured by TikTok, because I think that's why so many people posted on there. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's a great way to network people, because like you said, just base off your TikTok followers towards other platforms. And I think that's why people like say do YouTube and Twitch, both of them at the same time. And then I kind of get a little ticked off at that answer because Twitch is different. End all be all, it's different. YouTube and other platforms, they're a lot more friendlier in the sense that you can easily, you know, reference your YouTube channel and they'll know. But then when people say Twitch channel, it's like, do you game? And there's some people out there that just like do just chatting, cooking, or something completely different than the norm, where people think like, oh yeah, it's gaming.
Oh yeah, it's just gaming. No, it's a lifestyle. No, I'm kidding.
It literally is for some people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah, a lot of it.
like so many people like don't consider like Twitch is trying to branch out. I'm happy for that, you know. Happy that they're trying to branch out their new categories and so on and so forth. I'm very insightful. Like, I'm very happy that in the future maybe there could be a better, more safer space for starting out Twitch streamers. But on YouTube, it's like you can start off and be completely fine, and no one has to really find out until they search you up and so on and so forth. But I say this, it's a less friendlier space now than what it used to be, because back in the day, I used to remember this, but I never posted any video because of it, is that you can easily get advertisements even if you don't post original work. You can easily upload if you really wanted to. Yeah, that was a crazy thing back in the day. And so many people posted movies, so many people posted TV shows, and they get advertisements because of it. And it was so insane that copyright claims started going way out of bounds and
all over the place.
All over the place now. And I can see the sense in why, because people were actually, you know, gaining revenue on something so popular. Because I remember this one time I was a kid looking up a movie and there was a
It was there. Yeah.
With advertisements.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't really care, but
I remember one time, because like when I was like, I don't know, probably a freshman in high school, I was like very into fairy tale, and I look up fairy tale on YouTube. Apparently an entire season was there, season 1. I'm like, oh cool, nice, and I just watched it, binge watched it.
Oh my god. You see, that's the thing why we shouldn't be as lenient. As much as I'm against, you know, like control, but it's necessary. I hate to say it, but to give the freedom a content creator should, as long as they're in the right legal bounds, yes, content can be created. But above all and be all, having the credits is a lot more important than it is the actual content behind it. I think that's why so many people don't realize, like, there's a business. It's a business side. If you want to really take it seriously, like, you have to understand, like, there's so many things that you got to be careful of. And that's why so many people say, why not do sponsorships then? You don't have to rely on ad revenue alone. And you're right. But there's deadlines.
Why we go back to opportunity and luck.
Opportunity and chance. Yeah, like, you're going to ask me just to get a sponsorship? I'm like,
I was like, what do you want me to go? Go to Raid Shadow Legends? Be like, hey, I think I'm a worthy contestant to, like, say, hey, Raid Shadow Legends is kind of good, you know?
And I think that's, like, probably one of the biggest reasons why I think people should not take YouTube as a job. It really should not be. That's why so many people should just stay at their day job and treat it as a hobby. I can't tell you the amount of times my friends said, like, I'm gonna make it big on YouTube. I'm going to get jobs and just like pay it off, and then it'll be a good investment. I'm like,
at this point, you gotta ask them, all right, what are you gonna do first? What are you gonna do next? You know, and watch them. They're gonna fumble. You know,
I got this. Like, I can plan. I can schedule. I can get networking. I'm like, dude, just take it one step at a time first.
Yeah. I was lucky because if I were to, because I didn't officially started streaming until like last year last year around like November, December-ish, you know? Like, yeah, I probably streamed like on YouTube, but that was just like, just whatever, casual. But then I started getting a bit more serious on streaming like after January and after like the whole like when I met Jordan and I started to participate in some events, you know, I was like, "Oh yeah, I think this is for me, you know?" And it's so easy to say that like I can do this. I can do content creating for sure. Are you really though? Are you really ready to like step in our shoes and experience what it's like in detail to do content creation, you know? Are you mentally prepared?
I think that kind of like I want to reference this since she's in the chat. Like Kay has been through a lot of phases, and because she originally started off with animations at first. At first, she started off,
and then like voice acting.
She started going on with voice acting, and then she started doing gaming, and more gaming focused, and a lot more edits around it. And I think that's like a marvelous idea. I think in actual paper it sounds great, you know, having people that sound alike to the characters, making them almost appear to be on cue, even on video. Right. Like even she sounds like a third party, you know, a third party in the whole abstract first person. And I think that's a brilliant idea, but in reality I feel like it's hard. It's hard to get things on cue. It's hard to do it live. It's hard to even do it perfectly. Yeah. And I think that's like the shared criticism that I feel like that content creators are faced with constantly. Can you do it to perfection?
It's so weird having this conversation now when like back then we wanted to like be out there in this world without any like knowing what's to offer, you know? Because like I'm pretty sure if we were to like talk with our younger selves who were like heavily ambitious on like dishing out content, we would just smack them upside the head. I was like, "Hey, oh there, cowboy, you're getting way too ahead of yourself."
Because that's how I started off, you know.
Right.
yeah, that's how I started off. Like I wasn't really too focused on, because my original plan was to do podcast. That was my original plan. I had no intention of editing. I had no intentions of like doing anything gaming related. I was just like, I just want to talk to people, and that's still my part of my nature. Even throughout all my edits, I do it with other people. I'm not alone necessarily. Those are spare exceptions, yes, but generally speaking, I'm with people. And despite my original intent, I'm like, I gotta do more work. I feel like podcasts are too simple. Boy, was I wrong. Podcasts are very detailed. Even not right now. Like I even have notes right in front of me. Like I even
have notes in front of you in this podcast.
Notes, I have tabs. I have like
an empty bottle, a floss, a mic, a coffee mug. You're telling me you were like, I'm gonna write. There's no right here. You're telling me you wrote notes before this podcast right now?
Yeah, see, even Kay agrees. Like, even then, guys, despite the many phases I had, I knew I can just do this as a hobby because I ended up getting a position. Oh my god, see, Kay has the right attitude. She has the right attitude. Like, she didn't give up on her day job. She's making stable. She's remaining stable. Even like, I think that's a marvelous idea that most people should just say like, it's a hobby, not a dependent job. No one should ever get that.
I bet Kay is like a proud parent right now because of this conversation right now. Like we've grown, like
we literally grew up.
We literally fucking grew up to be our own content creator. Those are my little boys! Yay!
Look at my boy. Look at him all grown up. I've taught him so.
It's really fun to like CK also like streaming because I'll probably wake up early in the morning and see her stream. It's like, oh cool. I'll like give her like a little host, you know, so that way people who watch my stuff can like also watch her stuff, you know, as like a small fortune of like saying thank you, you know, because yeah.
I may not have been like a part of her because you have. I know you have, like,
Yeah.
absolutely. But for me myself, like, she even gave me tips. Like, I genuinely asked for her just like little tidbits of advice, you know, here and there. I would love to like learn even more because I kind of like the inspired look of like content creators that literally spend time in editing subtitles, because I think that's like very useful, because in more ways than not it allows me to think of jokes.
Yeah.
In many ways it allows me to think. I think that's the beauty of subtitles.
Looking back now on my like past, you know, I was usually the one to be like, yo, I'm like the hired gun, you know, you need content, I got you. Now, ever since I like started streaming, I now realize that there are things that I need to like I need to like do on my own. I need to make my own discords. I can't like constantly help people or have people help me. I gotta like, you know, be my own man. In the sense of the content creator world.
Oh god, I mean, teams are great. I'm not gonna lie. Like in the modern world, teams are definitely probably one of the major things that most people should definitely consider in the future, because it leaves so many things for other opportunities, because you can just film and get it done with and then have them do the rest if they so desire, or if you so desire. Like you can even do like works abroad, because I remember like Steven Spielberg, he used to be just a cameraman. That's it. He just used he just only used to be on film as like a support, generally not a director. Until
he's a director.
And then he became one of the most popular blockbuster film directors in the world. And I think that's probably one of the traits where people get so ambitious. It's like that one. It relates back to even our earlier discussion, like opportunity and chance. So many people kind of misinterpret that chance is opportunity, but it's two separate categories.
It really is, yeah. Oh man, look how far we went, you know, with like, it took how many years again? Probably 3-4 years, but you know, the trade is so worth it. It is. It may require some, and I quoted the word some. It may take some time, but like if you're really patient and if you respect the grind, like I always say, the grind will respect you and you'll be rewarded tenfold, you know.
Man. It's also kind of reminds me of many times where people should understand, like, it's mentally taxing. I don't think people really realize it. It can also be physically taxing. Because you remember my dungeon days. I remember you used to joke around about my dungeon days where I would spend days on end. Just
oh man. And then fuck, what was I gonna say? Shit. It was like, damn it. Your dungeon days kind of like ruined my thought process for a second, because I was like, dungeon, did you live in the basement for a bit when you started editing?
Oh, I'm in my bedroom. It's like a dungeon in here.
Yeah, no. Oh man, I think I remember back then, like I had a shitty laptop. Or actually, it wasn't shitty back then. It's shitty now. It's really goddamn old, dude. Like, I think the laptop is like 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 7 years, 6-7 years, maybe 5 at least.
Our first video I did on a Lenovo ThinkPad.
A ThinkPad?
Yeah.
Wait, you recorded in the ThinkPad and edited on it?
Yeah.
How is your laptop still alive after? How did you manage to get decent frames? I wouldn't say smooth frames, but
a lot of fixing, a lot of upscaling, and I did a lot of tricks. Let's just say I did a lot of tricks.
Well, that's what I was talking about. It took me a lot of taxing. Yeah, it's also like it's physically and mentally taxing, but also requires sacrifice. And that's what most beginner content creators need to like realize. You're gonna have to sacrifice some time. Not only time, maybe a bit of your friends, you know? You're gonna have to like not hang out with your usual IRL people and probably hang out with us. Sorry that we got to take you away, but like you're in here now, boy.
It's very taxing. It will end me on hiatus for free. Yeah, you see, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with people taking breaks because I think everyone did. Because I did it. I did a whole month away. It was so nice. And it's honestly very free. Because you're about to do that in a week. So I hope you really do that.
Because, like, I don't really take a lot of breaks. I always have this, like, little itch. Quotations. Itch. I'm like, I want to put something out, you know? I gotta put something out, you know? And it did kind of drain me a couple of times, right? Kind of ruined my sleep schedule a little bit, kind of ruined my schedule in general. Oh, man. But yeah, it really sucks.
That. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the just the deeper, like, problems in content creation in general, like the taxation on your whole life, essentially. Like, so many people kind of mistaken, like, oh yeah, he's probably all right, he's probably just, you know,
and then you're here like editing something big and you're like, ah! Internally screaming.
Internally screaming, that's me all the time, just like
it's me all the time. Well, it's more like externally screaming, but like, you know, potato to potato, same difference.
On videos on end, especially one of my longer ones that I edited every single subtitle on, like that takes days for me because I deal with so many people that talk a lot and timing it. Oh man, especially with like some animations here and there, like that's a lot of work.
There are like some moments where I'll be editing and I have to go by frame, just like listening to like the key moments, like, is this where he talked? Frame. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Boom. Now do that like 5 times in a video, 10 times in a video.
Kay describes it perfectly. Subtitles are a blessing and a curse.
And a fucking curse. I'm surprised. I thought it was simple. I wish someone told me that. I wish someone told me it was gonna take years off my life. I thought I have to give away a kidney, you know?
My editing industry with 8 people speaking through my ear back in the day, really. You know, I feel kind of bad for you because you had to deal with multiple people. Fortunately for me, I only had to deal with maybe maximum 4 to 6, 8 people maybe, but definitely not more than 8. You dealt with more than 8.
I always try to like work with like at around like 4 or 5 people, you know, because like it's so hard to like get the colors in or even ask like, yo, what colors you want, and you'll probably like wait a day or 2 depending on the person, be like, oh yeah, I want my colors to be like purple. I'm not like, bro,
I gotta go back.
Editors are like artists.
Truly,
people need to realize that artists are just same as you guys, all right? We can't build Rome in a day, not even editors, all right? We have all our... And we want to die, but you don't hear that.
Well, I don't want to die specifically, but I definitely did quit some projects here and there. I did quit at one point.
I did quit that one video that I was supposed to make with your Resident Evil that I was supposed to edit, but you know what? Fuck, you know, I made it out with a goddamn stream.
Yeah,
you know,
with a stream,
with a stream. It was really worth it. We still need to get back on Resident Evil 6.
Yeah. We'll get to it later. Okay. Not gonna lie, I got socially drained. If there are 4 or 5 people in the stream, sadly nowadays, I have to be fully recharged to get through a big stream. Oh yeah, preparation is key. I think people should. I can't stress this enough for starters. You know, for anyone starting out, like, research. Prepare.
I remember you telling me like prepare. Give me a little bit of preparation. Like
just give me that preparations. Like just give me that, and we'll be good. But
which is really weird. All right, so like I'll take your advice, right? And I'm like, hey Yin, let's plan a stream, you know? And then the day of the stream, give me like 5 minutes, like
5 minutes.
You want 20 minutes to prepare, and then here you are. Oh my god! Like you're amazing, but I hate you sometimes.
I hate being right. I know that. I hate being right.
Oh Christ, man.
Me preparations. Well,
Ah.
listen, like I don't like to say preparations a lot, but it's truly a real thing, even in real life. Like
It's, to me at this point, preparation is kind of like my unwritten things to make sure of, you know, just so it doesn't like cause any confusion and whatever. But I'm also flexible. If you're like, hey, you want me to do it right now? Yeah, let's do it right now. Let's go. Let's go. Like, let me just give me a bit to like set up my title of the stream, making sure that I can probably stream the game. You know, oh god, don't get me started with the games that I can and cannot stream. Oh man, I feel bad for my laptop.
Oh jeez. Also procrastinates notes.
Procrastination, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Man, procrastination. Okay, I don't get too much of that. I'm thankful for that.
I do.
Like I'm kind of like a workaholic. I don't function if I don't work at something. I go crazy.
All right, don't worry. I'll make sure to give you some videos to work on.
And I'm already like tempted to just upload it all in one go. I'm very tempted.
That's like me on like TikTok, you know. If I haven't like posted anything, like back then, if I haven't like posted anything, I have like the urge to like post something out. And I guess it's like, yeah, the same thing here, like on Twitch. If I haven't streamed like for like some time, I'm like, oh, I got to do something, you know. Let the people know that
I'm alive.
I'm still alive. I'm alive. But like, you should always be 24, like you have to like, you know, keep in track with your like mental health and such, because it's so draining. Because yeah, people would say it was like, oh, it's just easy. What do you mean? It's like press of a button. I was like, bro, you have to make sure your bit rate is not killing your PC. You got to make sure your stream isn't lagging. There are 100 different factors / details you need to make sure they are on point, you know. It's not like YouTube where you can just put it there and be like, ah, hallelujah. In stream, you have to fix on the fly. And it really sucks when you're streaming, right? And connection issues.
Oh my god, that's so demoralizing.
It really is. Let me tell you a story, alright?
Alright.
So I was streaming Bedwars, right? And I was trying to like, I decided to get out my comfort zone and try to stream for more than 1 hour, because I've been doing that, and I was like, I want to like try to get more people in and watch my stuff, so that way when I do finish my stream, I get a chance to like raid someone, you know? And like, I think I got around like 3 hours, right? And I was about to like, after this game, I'll end the stream, or I'll like raid someone and end the stream. Towards the end, the connection just kind of cut for a millisecond and then cut back on, and that actually took a toll on my viewer account, because I like, it's so hard to get viewers obviously on Twitch. Like, I'll be blessed if I have like 2-3 viewers watching me, you know. But then when the stream kind of like just cut and recut, your viewers, like your 4 viewers, would just like disappear and be 0 viewers unless like they continue watching you, and that really was demoralizing to me. And I'm just like, oh man. And I think I was very like visibly upset that it happened, you know. I was like, fuck me, the grind did not like me today, boys. But you know, life happens.
That's life.
That's life for you, you know. You can't have everything you want it, you know. It sucks, yeah, but you gotta suck it up.
I think the only times like I had like connection issues is like during recordings, for sure. Like when I'm doing multiplayer games, especially, because that's like my focus generally speaking. But man, when I get connection issues, it's like I have to cancel recording, restart and make sure everything is all right. And if it's not, it's just like I will end it for the day and just do something else.
I feel like there's like a huge trade-off when it comes to streaming versus recording. Recording, you can just do it all you want. It's like respawning, you know? Something that happened, oh yeah, just give it a wake and boom. Streaming, it's happening on the spot. You can't take it back. It's right there for the world to see, you know?
It was like that one split second.
Yeah, and when like, let's say you say fucking you say something offensive, you know, you can just put that out and like, you know, put it in to the video. Streaming, it's there for life. It's plaqued with your entire name on it. You're kind of 4K, kid. Don't think you're slick.
Oh jeez. I mean, when you tiptoe behind like the gray area, I feel like that's probably one of the worst things to do in like making a mistake, because no one will forgive you. There's so many things that just like can really mess you up as a starter if you say something offensive.
Yep, and Twitter will be on your ass.
Literally anyone can say something. Anyone on the internet. Like, I'm pretty confident that little 4-year-old with his phone and on his mother's Twitter account can say something.
Yeah.
No joke. That's why I kind of like, I'm having second thoughts about like continuing my streaming, because I know there's gonna be moments where certain friends of mine will say something a little off guard, and
oh yeah, that's why I'm very picky on like who I'm with. I was when and this is no offense to the person, it's just that like I just don't want you like this. I'm afraid that you might say something on stream that I might like regret, you know? And it was when you were like, when Project was doing his Left 4 Dead stream with you. And I was like, oh, I might like stream as well, like stream when I, you know, have the motivation. I did not have the motivation, but then the back of my mind was like, wait, is Llama gonna be in there? Because you know how Llama is when it comes to video games, especially when it's a PvP. He gets really angry, and I'm like, I can't have that, you know.
I think that's like the blessing of having like a lot of people, because you get a variety to choose from. But that's not to say you discount them all entirely. No. That's
no. I'm not. Yeah. It's just I'm just very picky on like, what game are we playing? What's the, like, what are we doing? Who are we in? Are we okay? Because it's like Left 4 Dead. If it's like Left 4 Dead, where it's a cooperative game, oh, cool. I'll just like, yeah, no, I don't mind playing with like Llama. It's still back in my mind. I'm afraid he might say something rude or maybe like potentially offensive. But if it's a PvP and I see like Llama, I was like, ah.
Here's the thing, like PvP, I think people should really give that a chance. Like, there's a competitive field, obviously.
Yeah, so. No. Like, like, it's because I don't mind. Like, I stream not Resident Evil, Rainbow Six. You know. Yeah, I see those peace signs, and like, I didn't really like, when it comes to strangers, I don't really care. You know, I'm not really bothered with what they're saying. But when it's my friends, it's like, oh, come on, man, I trust you.
That's why I'm the wildcard carry.
Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah. Oh, I really like stream Rainbow. Like, I kind of like and don't. I'll probably like play with friends, but like, I play more like I play more Apex now.
Yeah, probably probably way better than Siege.
Yeah, I play Apex. I play Valorant with my friends, and I rarely play League. I don't play League.
I don't play League, so it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's like just some games that it's kind of risky to play, because like, obviously when it's competitive, people say some things, you know. But it's usually when it's like they like start getting offensive, that's when it's like real. But when it's like trash talking, I don't really mind. I'm like, okay, tough talk for someone who's 0-5. All right, you can sit down.
Jesus. I can't tell you the amount of times like I'm there, I'm doing well, and then all of a sudden like I just get sidelined. Sidelined by like weird things that happen, and I'm like, streaming might not be a good option, but recording though, that's where the gold is.
Recording, you can just cut things out and boom. Easy as that. Streaming, it's you. Yeah, I think that's where the preparation comes in, you know? But because I stream mostly by myself, there's really nothing to prepare. It's like, all right, yeah, let's stream. But there'll be moments where I'll like stream with another person. And usually it's on the fly, which I don't really mind, especially if I know that person. They will like if I know that person, like they won't like say some cringy things, you know, some offensive things. I say cringy over the vocabulary, offensive, just because I'm that person. I'm like that.
It's all right. I'm just laughing at the thought of like there's possibilities of people.
There's possibilities you might
account for.
Yeah, like if it's one of the, let's say like you invited me to say, hey, is it chill? Like if I'm playing like Minecraft or whatever, and you like were in my chat or in my DM saying, hey, you want to play some Siege? And like I know you that well that you won't say something stupid. It's like, yeah, sure, let's fucking do it. Yeah, no, I don't mind. Because I'm very flexible.
Oh gosh, if only you played flexible.
What's that supposed to mean?
If only.
If only. Fuck you. Improv go burr.
Improv go burr. You know,
Right.
I feel like that's like very important for streamers. I don't have that ability. I know I don't.
Right.
But I've seen you do it, and it's pretty good. And for me,
Yeah.
just to be like improv, I'm like, how do y'all do that? I just don't get it. How does one do this? This isn't like what I prepared.
Yeah. Which I'm always jealous of when you actually do like preparation. I was fucking jealous of your notes. You have notes before a podcast. Who does that?
I do.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like,
That was a rhetorical question. But yeah, I get like, I guess like envy. I think that's a good word of saying like when
yeah,
people like
envy
do
is
the
a
great.
good one.
Yeah, because like that's like the way they do it. You know, that's how like they do things. And then there's me. You know, I'm surprised that we're still fucking friends, Yin.
Oh,
I guess
on.
opposites attract. Apparently, Jesus Christ.
Networking, bro, networking. You gotta get. Okay, here's the thing about networking. Let's be real as content creators. We're not doing networking right now. Let's be real here. Networking is probably an overlooked term for what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's where people really kind of misinterpret, like, oh yeah, he's networking with Markiplier. And I'm like, the dude is just playing with him. Let's
He's
be real.
like people like when like yes, we're like being professional to one another. In the end, we're actually friends. You know,
we're actually
not
friends.
business.
We're not even
We're
like,
not business partners. We don't even own a company, for Christ's sakes.
like we're not even like professionally obligated to stay on contract with each other. I don't think that that's the right term. I think people should really understand like networking is with business partners. It's not really
Business
with
partners. And yeah, I guess like when networking will apply is when you're working with when you're working with another content creator that you don't even know who they are, you know, or like let's say like you do know them but you don't know them to a personal level.
And I think that's like where sponsorships really do take place in said networking, because that's where you truly have to be networking with them, because you're representing their product and you got to make sure you live up to it, because if you don't, then they cut you off. And I'm sure they
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like,
No
it's
one
either-
VPN.
if you enjoy the product, then you're doing it right. If you don't,
Right.
then you got to sell it. If you can't sell it, it's game over. Because I use
You gotta like
NordVPN.
smack that. You gotta like smack that smile on your face.
Yeah, because I use NordVPN. I love it. I use it everywhere. That's cool with me.
Yeah, I wouldn't like even if Raid Shadow Legends were to reach out and be like, hey, we need you. It was like, yeah, I don't like you're. I've seen that all the time, but you know what? That's the opportunity. There's the luck. Yeah, let's fucking do it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh gosh, if any one of us gets sponsored one day, I really hope we do enjoy the product.
I really hope if Red Bull sponsors me, I'll Pog. Extra Pog champ.
Pog.
Oh man, the vocabularies I pick up amongst the fucking streamer community, I hate myself.
But it kind of goes without saying that just because, okay, biggest takeaway from this one discussion part, networking is not a necessity until you deem it worthy of your time.
Yep.
No, don't go to saying like every single small streamer thinking that you can easily partner up with them and make some content together.
Yeah, no, it's more like they need to reach out to you, and like I said since the very beginning, luck and opportunity. The stars need to align, your dick needs to curve to the left.
Why does anything have to do with that? What?
Everything, the butterfly effect, all right? You know, the butterfly flies with wings, and apparently there's like a tsunami somewhere else.
I don't think butterfly effect really works that way, but alright.
Don't worry about it, don't worry, I'm just improvising on the spot.
I mean, Pog/PogChamp isn't as bad as Poggies.
Who says Poggy?
Who said Poggies?
I never said Poggy, what? That's a new vocabulary item.
I gotta search this up.
Me too. But
Poggies.
Poggies. Oh, what the?
What is this? What is this? Did someone say Poggies? What is this?
What is this? Oh my god.
Poggy's moment. What?
That is not a Pog moment. So weird.
I've seen everything. Now. Okay, alright. I won't show it on stream, but just search it up and you'll know what we're looking at.
Just look at the Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary, you'll get it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anywho, but if you get the chance, Yen, I feel like if you were to stream on Twitch, because there's also raids/hosts, because what's really cool is that if you're also on like Twitch as well, and I'm like, let's say I'm just like streaming, right? And I have like a 4 following, like, or 4 viewers, or maybe 5 viewers, 2 viewers if I'm not lucky. And I see you also have like maybe like 3 or 4 viewers as well, and I raid you. You know, that means your viewer count will like go up like immensely, and that's really awesome. And I had this very moment, right? I was streaming D&D, and I was streaming D&D on Saturday night, and I was getting like a bit tired, you know, and someone raided me with like a total of like 12 viewers, and I'm like, yo! And not only statistically it brings like your channel a bit like higher, but it's also like a morale booster as well when getting a raid. And it's like, yo, there's like these new people from different communities and such, and like that makes me happy.
Hell yeah, I would consider it, mostly because, like I said, it's not like I'm full time on Twitch or anything. No,
right? Yeah. No. Yeah.
Far from it, but in actuality, I don't think Twitch is a bad platform. Far from it. Really it's a good way to treat it as a hobby, and honestly, for the chance to get rated, like you said, it's great. It proves to me that there are people willing to see you, and I think that's probably a good
here's the fun part is that like usually I'm like rated by like my friends, you know, like they'll like, hey, let's go like meet Swag, he's like a really chill guy, blah blah blah. But when I look after the stream, right, when I like look at like their social medias and stuff, I have not like we have no mutuals whatsoever. We have never we don't even know who we are. We haven't even followed each other on Twitter. Yet this person that's the lucky part, you know? And I took the opportunity to get to know them a little bit, you know? Yeah. At this point in time, we should just normalize saying that content creation is based on luck.
Horribly so.
Yeah. Like, we can tell you all this. We can give you all the tips. Hell, fucking PewDiePie can give you all, like, the tips in the world. But, like, you have to have like a very consistent viewership.
I gave Twitch a shot myself, but I kind of dropped out of it due to extremely bad frames and lack of streaming knowledge. You see, my number one tip if you're having like streaming problems with bad frames, I highly suggest for you to reconsider saying that you can get a console.
Yeah.
Seriously, like no one really realizes it, but consoles are probably way more popular than they are on PC, generally speaking, mostly because it's more accessible than PC. If you're trying to aim for a PC audience, you better have a really nice PC.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but
I think
PC community
I think you and I
terrible.
I think you and I learned that the hard way when you have your fucking ThinkPad and I have
Yeah.
my like my like sole laptop with like not a second monitor.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, if you're aiming for a PC community, you gotta aim for good equipment. But if you just want to just play games, just get a console and use your laptop, and that's it. And a capture card.
Yeah.
You don't really need anything else. Like, I think that's probably one of the better ideas than to invest. Because I see people pay thousands of dollars and they're only getting like 3 views maybe.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I'm playing games, right? Like, how come I'm not getting viewers? And it's just like you said, it's like the discover rate is just so low to the point where it's kind of like you need to develop your own community first. And I hate to say it, that's why people like YouTube and Twitch relationships. I'm like, it's like, yes, I understand. Use a YouTube community, Twitch community. And I'm like, that means they gotta go off separate platforms. They gotta do a lot of like back and forth. I'm like,
but you know, even if you don't like stream on Twitch and you still like stream on YouTube, that is perfectly fine. Like one Minecraft YouTuber, Technoblade, he streams on YouTube and he's doing well. All right, he's already badass as it is, you know. And when it comes to like people starting out as content creators, and we've always emphasized this enough, Rome isn't built in a day. You kind of need to earn your place. Most people don't tell you that, but we're going to tell you right now, if you really want to be a content creator, you need to earn your place. You need to give us a reason why we should watch you.
Watch for comedic moments with swag. Watch for insightful analysis with me, and happen to be the stable man amongst chaos. You know, that's fine with me. I'm fine with that shtick, because that is probably like one of my notable qualities. But to give a reason to stay is probably one of the more tougher things. Because my reason for you to stay is to see my editing unfold, and for swag, it's like you can see his comedic talents, and that's perfectly fine.
If the webcam was turned on, you'd see.
So it's like having that reason to stay is more important than the actual content itself. I feel like that's content is irrelevant, and when you're beginning off, like having target audience, sure, by all means have a target. I adore people that have goals and actually obtain it. But content should be the last thing to do when you first start out. Because to get it, you need to know why you're doing it. You need to know what you're doing it for. You need to know when to actually adjust and so on and so forth. And even, I'm going to use Kay again. Like, she streams both on YouTube and Twitch before.
Yeah, she uses Mixer.
And the thing about it is like, when she does it on multiple platforms, she's like literally like testing out like the waters on like, is it more easier to do it on YouTube? Is it more easier to do it on Twitch? Is it more easier to do it on Mixer? Those type of things, like you just test out to see where you really fall. For me personally, like Twitch doesn't really offer me that many followers. I have more followers on YouTube than I do on Twitch. Like, so what's my point on going on Twitch if I'm comfortable enough on YouTube?
That's fair. That is fair.
Like, I have to like say that to my community. It's like, all right, all 200 of you, let's go to Twitch. They'll be like, when did you?
And people will like 10 people from that 200 would definitely watch you on Twitch, because like I don't know. There's like a weird science to it because you can never have the exact numbers.
No, you can never have
You
like
really
the
can't.
exact full-on count
Yeah,
to just
and
expect them to be there.
PewDiePie literally proved it. He has like what 100 million on YouTube, right? Does 100 million watch every single of his videos? No, you'll see like 10 million, 15 million, hell, 50 million, but never 100 million.
Same, I get more views than you. See, just know your platform that you most likely succeed on. If I were to say like I threw out my whole YouTube career and go Twitch, you'd probably stop me and just say like, Yang, just don't do it. Just don't, whatever you do, just stop. Don't invest.
Even though
in
like
Twitch.
I pressure you to go on Twitch, just do it at your own time. You know, slowly build up to if you feel like it. To me, the reason why I did Twitch is because like seeing all of these like people like rating each other and developing this like group of friends, I want to like take a part of it there. I'll use YouTube if I use YouTube to post content, you know, and even if I'm not posting content on my YouTube, I'll just like literally post like small edited clips that I put on my damn Twitter.
Oh gosh.
And even though we're like saying like you have to be lucky, opportunities are everywhere if you want to start content creating, you know? Just don't do it all at once.
Don't go all out. Just pace. I mean, jeez.
Know who you are and what you are, what you can do. You know, if you're like Yin and you focus on YouTube, stream on YouTube, you know? If you like editing, go for it, you know? If you're like who's like kind of like in between using Mixer, go for it, man. Like you listen to you. All right? You can take inspiration of other people, but you have to do you. You are your own person. Want to conclude this?
Yeah, identity is like really up there for let's just leave this off for another time, maybe.
Another time,
it is definitely getting to the 2-hour mark, and and identity is really important for anyone that even wants to start up, or even in real life. Like finding your own identity is probably a lot more important than even just like YouTube itself or Twitch itself or whatever platform you want to go on.
Right.
Self-identity, very important and distinct from your whole content creator identity. I want to make that explicitly clear.
Yeah, because your identity is gonna be your brand in the future.
It really is.
Because you have Yin's stupid trademark flat cap. You have my stupid fucking goggles, you know? Or my swag.
And it's just like getting the opportunity to know yourself is way more harder than you expect it to be. Because you're just
right.
Like, oh,
because
I know it. I'm sure.
Yeah. But we'll get more in detail with that. But we'll get more into detail with that, maybe on the next stream if Yin and I were to get the chance, you know, because I'm gonna be taking a break.
Yay!
Yeah, and
yo, hit me up with your Discord server, Yin, if you have one. Okay, you don't understand. That server is just only made for like content creation, nothing more, nothing less. It's not really for chilling out per se. Sorry, but if the opportunity comes, I will come swing by your server and we'll just do it there.
I can probably send them my
yeah, you can send them yours. Yeah,
I'll actually do it right now. No, let me see.
Shameless plug.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! You don't know anything. You don't know me. Here, let me send it to K right now on DMs. K-chan, yeah. Oh, that is the YouTube link. Whoops, I accidentally sent the YouTube link. You didn't see that. You didn't see that, K. You didn't see that. Whoops. Invite people. You should hang and chill someone? That is, you're right. Yep. Yen. Oh, Jesus, man. Put her in the special guest role. Give her, or she, her.
I'm sorry, did I miss anything?
Nope. I just invited Kate to the server.
Oh.
Alright. We're wrapping things up?
Yeah, we'll wrap things up. We need to chill, group gang. No, alright. We should hang out and chill sometime. Yeah, absolutely. We'll wrap this up. This is a nice first successful episode.
Can I shamelessly plug my Twitch?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, yeah, if you want more from me personally, twitch.tv. Let me just type it down, yeah. Twitch.tv/McSwaggerMcMuffin. You know, that is my Twitch right there. If you want to catch more of me, if you like me more than Yin. Not saying that Yin's bad, but I think Yin's bad. Just kidding. But, yeah. I'll catch me sometime, you know. Give me a week, though, because I'll be on break.
And if you want to catch more content from me, absolutely follow me as on Twitter as well as on my YouTube link here, and expect some more content in the future. I do wish for me to post more videos and be a little bit more active, so stay tuned for more Lo-Fi and Chill Talks.
Hell yeah. See you guys.